Hello, I am the Ranting Usher, and welcome to a third edition of Great Movies That May Have Been Forgotten, where I take movies released in the past 20 plus years, review them, and hopefully convince you that they are worth dusting off and rewatching. Let me talk you to your seat. The Game. Directed by David Fincher in 1997, The Game is a mystery drama thriller starring Michael Douglas and Sean Penn, and it is about a successful businessman, Nicholas Van Orton, played by Michael Douglas, who, years following his father's suicide when he was a child, lacks any sense of excitement in his life. Nicholas is a working stiff. He is divorced, shrewd, and even cold-hearted at times. He is so unsympathetic and so removed that it's hard to find any qualities that hook you into caring about him. Nicholas is essentially a corporate Scrooge. Michael Douglas plays a corporate Scrooge so extraordinarily well that you want to stay with his character because you get a sense he is going to evolve in many ways. On his 48th birthday, Nicholas's younger brother, Conrad, played by Sean Penn, presents him with an opportunity to engage in a mysterious game manufactured by an even more mysterious company known as Consumer Recreation Services, CRS. They provide whatever's lacking. Once Nicholas signs on and undergoes testing and paperwork, that's when absolutely everything in his life changes. Weird things start happening to him. Each new elaborate prank and each new mystery becomes even more intense, and each one is more suspenseful than the last. David Fincher has an innate ability to weave suspense throughout this entire movie as though it were a melody that has its own rhythms and crescendos. Once the suspense picks up, it really grabs you and carries you along whether you're ready for it or not. Many aspects of the game may seem entirely random, and at first it may be difficult to see how they tie in with the rest of the story. But if you watch very closely, you'll see that these aspects are designed to occur the way they do for a specific reason. They are integral pieces of a larger and more cohesive narrative. Remember the testing I mentioned earlier? All the testing and evaluation is conducted to help CRS determine how Nicholas's mind works, what his weaknesses are, and how he will react to any given situation. They know him better than he knows himself. How creepy is that? Both the screenwriters and director David Fincher have a lot of faith that viewers will accept what is going on, knowing everything will eventually come together. What matters most, what makes the film truly exciting and engaging, even more so than the action and suspense, is the subtlety, the craftiness, and all the creative effort that goes into each and every moment. Both reality and the game are blurred, and the film keeps you guessing. You really feel as though you're right there with Nicholas trying to unravel the drastic changes in his life, as well as the illusions and the trickery. The Game is one of the most mind-bendingly clever drama thrillers I've ever seen. Watching this movie is like solving a giant puzzle that has several smaller puzzles included within it. The Game is pure intellectual fun. It doesn't take much to get into it. All you have to do is admit to yourself that it sounds intriguing. What Lies Beneath is directed by Robert Zemeckis in the year 2000 and stars Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford. What Lies Beneath is a drama fantasy horror film about Claire Spencer, a desperate housewife, played by Pfeiffer, whose daughter has left for college, and her husband, Norman, a university research scientist, Ford, is absorbed in his work, leaving Claire with far too much time on her hands. What Lies Beneath possesses a tone of stark simplicity and then soon changes to gradual unease. When Claire becomes aware of the spirit of a woman, Madison Elizabeth Frank, who she believes is haunting both her and her husband, Claire becomes rapidly obsessed with contacting her spirit. The transition between simplicity and unease occurs so quickly and so naturally, you're hardly aware of it until the suspense is literally staring you in the face. This is a very dark and intense film, Robert Zemeckis and screenwriter Clark Gregg know how to create more than just suspenseful moments, but rather a series of suspenseful threads that run all through this movie. Each one of these threads moves at a slow and steady pace, allowing you to sense every moment of tension as the mystery of Madison Elizabeth Frank unfolds. Michelle Pfeiffer is spectacular. Her portrayal of a woman descending into madness and obsession is so gradual and genuine. Pfeiffer's attention to detail is carefully calculated. She manages to withdraw from going crazy just enough to let viewers know she isn't losing her mind. She really is onto something. It is Claire's innocence, her sympathy for the haunting spirit, and her determination to see the mystery through to the end that really makes you care about her. Norman is the skeptic, the realist, who attempts to keep Claire grounded in reality, preventing her from digging into Madison's past life. Norman's motivations seem reasonable. Any rational man would react that way. While the film progresses, the more insistent and the more frantic Norman becomes at trying to dissuade Claire from discovering the truth about Madison Elizabeth Frank, thus implying he has something to hide. His progression from pseudo-sympathetic husband to a stone-cold killer is unexpected, subtle, shocking. I've never seen Harrison Ford play a villain before. He absolutely nails it. Ford is so creepy. He ceases to be Norman Spencer and emanates a modern Norman Bates. One scene in particular does for the bathtub what Psycho does for the shower. What Lies Beneath weaves a rare and fascinating present-day ghost story, while at the same time revealing the roots of marital secrecy and infidelity. It is a suspenseful and engaging film that definitely deserves to be unearthed from the murky depths of the unknown. Thank you so much for watching this third edition of Great Movies That May Have Been Forgotten. I am the Ranting Usher. I've had so much fun turning this into a continuing series. Please let me know what you think of my selections and my reviews in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.